you ready? I was born ready.
Obviously, you're a little, aggravated by the line of questioning regarding Canelo.
I don't want to touch this, dirty, so bad, I don't want to touch his name.
I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. But sometimes I feel like a bitch. I don't want that person to come out, because when he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just I hate that I'm scared of it.
It would be awesome to, be being a great war. Maybe with a Mexican.
Let's go. Way pop.
I have to put the joke.
No. Hey,
thank you for playing, man. I appreciate it.
Good timing, man.
Can't put predictions, man, but I definitely don't want to leave it to the judges.
Yo, wepa! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, and we are long live Boxing EnVivo podcast. Como siempre, Manny Marrero.
Sean El Gringo Hicksa.
We are always breaking it down like it is, like it should be. Bringing you a special guest in the house, Sean. What do we got? What do we got today?
Man, we got the man, the myth, the legend. We got Quinton QuickDraw Randall in the house, man. Shout out, brother, man. Thanks so much for meeting with us. We know you got big things going on for 20.
Woo!
Stand up and take a bow, sir.
No problem.
2022.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Big things happening. Oh no, thank you so much for joining us. But yeah, we really are excited because you're such a mainstay and a respected fighter within the game, and been there, done that, been on the U.S. boxing team, been a two-time champion, fought anybody and everybody, and you want the smoke, all the smoke. So we really kind of want to know about kind of where you at right now, and what things you've been working on going into 2022.
I just been working on staying active, staying training, just make sure I'm eating healthy, drinking the water that I need to, just treating my body right, treating my mind right, but staying active, just in case they try to call me on some 2 weeks type shit, thinking I won't be ready, and I'm gonna surprise them. But I've just been staying ready because I haven't been able to get the fights that I was pushing for last year. But it's gonna be a whole new year, it's a whole new ball playing this year, and we got a game plan. We're gonna stick to it. This year gonna be more fruitful than last year was, than the last 2 years was.
Right.
Is that because of the COVID that you're trying to stay active, or is just because you and your team hadn't been able to get that right fight that makes sense for you?
No, it's not the right fight. We've been just trying to get fights. We've taken some fights that we was supposed to be the B-side on. Like, I've never turned down a fight from nobody. I've never told nobody no. And so certain circumstances, it was never out in why the fight never happened. We was always ready for it. We never told nobody no. For whatever reason, they didn't want to fight, or one reason the guy had complications getting out of his country. So with that being said, I don't know who fault it was. I just know it wasn't on us. We was more than ready. We was more than ready to take the challenge, and we was ready to take that next step.
Absolutely. And I know you said we. Well, so when you were saying we, are you referring to Coach Derek Collinsworth? And I know he's been a big supporter of you as far as within your corner, and also helping, manage you as well and kind of guide and mentor you to help you be successful. What has that relationship been like as far as him helping you get to that next level of where you want to be and ultimately just kind of take over?
Yeah, man, I started with Derek. That was the first coach I've ever had. I started working with him in 2011, the year I got out of prison. And so he was my first coach, my first amateur coach. We had 17 fights together. We had split and went separate ways for a few years, and we got back together my last couple years on the USA team, my last year on the USA team. And then he's been with me this whole pro ride. And yeah, that's family. Like, we real close. Like, real close.
So you talked something a little bit about.
We stay in the same neighborhood.
And that's great that you can rely on someone that's more than just family. You talked about something important, challenges that you came across your life. How difficult was it to go through that and being able to stay focused and being able to get back on track, especially the circumstances around the situation?
I mean, it was difficult. Being not prepared for some of the things that I've been through in life. When I was a kid, I was always into trouble. I knew I ended up in prison one day because of some of the stuff that I was doing. I just knew it was going to be a matter of time before I got caught. So even though I tried to steer my life in the right direction when my son was born, my misdeeds just caught up to me.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. And so it was karma. I deserved it. So when I went to prison, I got out. I mean, from being a nobody to getting on the USA team, that was a long shot because I didn't think it was possible. But I've never been the type to let somebody tell me what I can and can't do. So that whole climb was a hell of an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot of sacrifices. I went without a lot. Like I don't have an expensive lifestyle. I can't lie and say I buy jewelry, buy designer. I've never bought designer clothes in my life. I don't buy jewelry. I'm not a flashy type person. So I'm real basic. I'm real simple. My socks never match. I look like a homeless bum everywhere I go because I'm always dressed
Hey, it's you.
like
It's
an
you.
athlete.
We might be
Yeah,
related
so
then.
I got that. I got that Adam Sandler in me real seriously. So man, so it was always a struggle, like, but staying focused through everything I've been through, man, it was um I want to give I would have to say my mom was a tough parent. Like we didn't have no weak kids in the family. That was one. I asked her, my mom was a tough parent. She didn't raise no weak son. But at the same time, going to prison probably was one of the best things that happened to me because when I was in prison, I was in maximum security unit and I was in close custody. It's called 23 and 1, but you're locked up for 23 hours a day and then let you out for one. But they never let us out for that 1 hour. Everything we needed was in our cell. The shower, everything. They fed you through a tray. So when you're in there, you got nothing but time to think. You got nothing but time to think, harden your just realize what you want to do in life, realize the mistakes you made. Is either you're gonna own up to them or you're gonna make excuses. And there, I'm just the type of person that owns up to my mistakes. So what followed after me getting out of prison kind of like gave me the mindset, like, look, this is what you already got 2 strikes on your back. One, you black. The second one, you've been to prison. So with that being said, are you gonna become a statistic like the rest, or are you gonna be somebody your son can look up to? And so I wasn't going back. And I love boxing so much because I've always wanted to be a boxer since I was a kid. I just like, man, I'm gonna go ahead, put my all into it, and that's pretty much what I did.
No, you
Now I didn't know
definitely
I didn't know it. I didn't know boxing came with so much pain and suffering. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong now.
Yeah.
I didn't know the training was gonna be the way it was, intensive, and I didn't know I had to go make so many sacrifices. I didn't know I had to go without this, go without that, change the way I thought, change the way I moved, eat, everything. Like I didn't know it was all that, but it's all worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's all worth it. Like because I believe at the end of the day, like when you're a fighter, it's like you're a fucking gladiator. Like
Yeah.
you're a modern gladiator. Like when you think about the Roman times when they're fighting, it's like that. Like to be superior to another man when you're in the ring fighting, playing chess with him, and you come out victorious, that's a feeling like no other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And I guess you had a lot of time to think about that roadmap you want to be able to do. You said something very important. You got a lot of time to think inside when you're locked up. You know, I'm sure that you thought about what your life would be once you get out. Did you still at that point felt like you still wanted to pursue the boxing? And did you felt at one point that you were going to be successful in terms of like, you know, landing the USA team?
No, see, my plan was like I had fun on all the Olympic trials. I made it to the semifinals in so many of them. I think 3 of them. And I was always 1 fight away from the Olympic. I fought in Olympic qualifiers. I was always 1 fight away from the Olympic trials. So I never had a point in my mind where I was like, I'm not good enough. I just always like, you got to keep working. You don't look like them. Like I used to see, I was in tournaments with Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo, Jerome Boots Ennis. I watched them grow up. I watched them come up as kids. And I was like, you don't look like them. So stay amateur. Keep working. Right. Keep getting better and better. Like my motivation was kids that was younger than me because they had been doing it since they were 6, 7 years old. Me, I'm 20-some years old, fresh out of prison, trying to get to the skill set that they are at. So I was like, nah, you know, I'm always been my biggest critic. Like, no, you're not there yet. Now we got more work to do. So my plan was the year that I won nationals, which was 5 years ago. So I was supposed to go pro that same month. I was like, okay. But I knew I had something wrong with my elbow. I had a chipped bone in my elbow. So my plan was, I said, I'm gonna give nationals one more shot. When I win, that'll make me number one. They're gonna give me some good insurance. I can get my elbow fixed, and then I'm gonna go pro. That was the plan. So I fought nationals, had 5 fights. I actually won. And so they was like, okay, this is your USA schedule. Like, you're gonna be going this place, going that place, and I didn't know you even do all that. I'm looking at the paper like, what the hell is this? They were like, you got to travel, got to fight internationally. This is what they're gonna pay you once a month. And so I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, okay. I never thought I was gonna get a chance to go to another country, fight somebody from Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan or any of them places like that. So I was excited. I was like, okay, cool. I'll stick around on the USA team for a year, get my elbow fixed, and go from there. I mean, tragedy occurred during this process, but it's been a long. It ain't been easy, but it ain't been so damn bad to what's gonna make me give up, because I don't believe in giving up. This is pretty much damn near all I got. So I put too much into it to walk away from it.
So you feel that being locked up, it kind of saved your life basically, and it saved your boxing career.
Yeah, because I was on the wrong path. There was no boxing career before prison. It was a whole bunch of street fights. I was known for that, but it wasn't no boxing. Like, I carried gloves with me all the time. I get in the gloves with friends or people who I knew in the neighborhood. But it was no
You're
boxing
trying to spar
career.
everyone, huh? Hey, I want to spar. Let's go spar.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. And so, but yeah, most definitely. Because if I didn't go to prison when I did, I would have went eventually, and I probably would have went for something more serious.
Yeah.
And got way more time than I did get.
Plus, you'll be a little bit older, and that's where your career probably wouldn't take the turn like it actually has done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd have been way more older. Yeah.
So with all the perseverance you've shown and the challenges that you faced and still continue to work hard and have the tenacity to get to the point where you're at, you still have that drive. And I've actually seen interviews and heard quotes from you that you love the process. Like, you talk about, it is a challenge to diet and to do the training, but you enjoy it. Like you said, you embrace it. You're a gladiator. You want to have that chess match in the ring and battle somebody and, show that you're the superior man, like you're the fighter, and it's who you are. It's what you feel like you were born to do. So it's something that you totally embraced.
Yeah, most definitely 100%. Like, I love the challenge. If I'm not suffering in the gym, then the work is not being put in. I feel like that. If I'm not hurting, if I'm not sore, then it's not being. I don't feel like something's not right. I'm not going hard enough, and I'm one of the hardest training people I know. There's not too many people who train harder than me. I train so much to where I gotta be careful to where I don't overtrain.
Exactly.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, I love the process. And then once the process is done, you see how it pays off in the ring. That's another feeling, like, man, I did all the work. My body didn't fail me. It did because you can't be mad at yourself. You can't be mad at your body for not performing the way you wanted it to if you didn't put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So, and I make sure I put in the work. I'm not gonna let you embarrass me on TV. I'm not gonna let you whip my ass. So
not well said.
I'm not
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna be on nobody's meme. Ha Davis is not gonna make a video of me like he did so many other fighters.
Right.
So I go into that, and I go into it with all that in my mind. Like, when I go into these fights, I think about, man, wait, hey, just one more step till you get to where you're going. Look where you've been, look where you at. Just remember where you're trying to go. And this man in your way, get him out of the way.
No, well said. I know one thing that stood out to me from one of the interviews you've done recently where, and of course, there's a lot of names that you fought and sparred and that you faced. But with respect to what you want to do, you want to separate yourself. And yeah, I've sparred this man and I got him ready for a fight because, Terrence Crawford, Keyshawn Davies, Errol Spence, the list goes on and on, Regis Prograis several times, even Banana Rosario. So you've been there, done that, but you really want 2022 to be your year. Do you feel you and Coach Collinsworth have a good game plan and strategy to make that happen to where you can separate yourself and really show the world from the standpoint of professional boxing to where you want to go?
Yeah, we got a solid game plan. And we're going, man, I'm trying to be prospect of the year. I'm trying to have at least 8 fights this year. 8. So I got one this month. I got one next month. That's 2. I want to be in the ring every 6 weeks.
Damn, man, you're going for that Navarrete schedule, man. So,
I know, right? Every 2 weeks he'll be fighting.
man, that's we're gonna be like Randall's on that card too, and that one. So that's awesome. It's kind of something that I've heard back and forth. Now, the standpoint of when you have someone like yourself that's so respected in the boxing community and people know what you can do, do you find, like you said, it is hard to get fights? So what's the deal? Do boxers really get ducked? Is that something that, fans just kind of created themselves, or do you find like, fights just kind of fall out? It's not necessarily always they're scared or not wanting to face somebody. It could be the business, but do you find yourself being ducked and avoided? What's your thoughts on that?
I'm not big enough for somebody to duck and avoid me. It's risky fighting me. If you feel like if you got an 8-0 fighter or a 10-0 fighter, and I'm willing to fight them, then you got to see if the risk is worth the reward. Okay, we fight Quinton Randall. If we happen to lose, then we're gonna be set back. We don't have to fight him right now. We can fight somebody that's less riskier on the same card for the exact same amount of money. So the risk of fighting Q is not worth with the reward. We can fight this other guy who's easier. We can beat him, and then we can fight Q later. There's no need to fight him right now. So it's not that they're scared. They're playing the business side of it. They're being smart with it at the same time. So I don't ever think a man is scared to fight another man. I don't believe that. I believe his team, his managing team, his coaching team is just cautioning them like, nah, we don't need this fight right now. We'll fight him later. We don't need it right now. Right now, we got a plan. Let's stick to the plan. Let's not deviate from the plan. My plan is to get them all.
Right.
So I'm literally playing Pokemon. I'm trying to catch them all.
Pokemon. What makes you so difficult? What makes you so risky? Because you talk about, you are a big risk to some of those guys that are, 10-0, 11-0, or probably just moving on, trying to be a contender. What makes you so risky?
I'm a fucking dog. I'm a problem. Because I can fight on the outside, I can fight on the inside. I got a good ring IQ. I've been in the ring with European fighters, Southern. It doesn't matter. Like, I've been in the ring with a lot of the best. I hold my own no matter who I'm in the ring with. So I got a lot of experience. So with that being said, if you're not ready to play chess, if you're not ready to dig deep, if you're not ready to die in that motherfucker, then I'm not the opponent you want to fight.
What's your biggest asset when it comes to your style?
I got long arms.
Jab.
I got some long ass orangutan arms. Like, I got real long arms, and I'm real good with my range. I got long arms. That's my biggest tool besides my mind. I'm real sharp. I got a real good IQ. I know what to do. But most definitely, besides my IQ, is my long arms.
So you currently right now hoping to fight at 147. Is that the current division that you want to kind of pursue that? And if so, do you feel you have the power enough to contend against some of these guys that are pretty strong?
Yeah, my record doesn't show my power, but if you ask my sparring partners who all been in the ring with me, it's there. I'm more defensive minded first. I'm never going in there just gunning, trying to get the knockout. I don't really just sit on punches like that. I box, I punch and go. But if I need to sit down and hit you to get your respect, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. If you feel like you finna come in here and just blow through me, now you got another thing coming. If I gotta sit down on my punch just to show you, yeah, coming here can get your ass knocked out, then that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Man, I love your swagger, man. You ain't holding back. You're definitely from the H-Town, and I love that. So we got some people with some comments in here. Shout out to them. We got Ringside and the Reporter in the house. G-Funk in the house. Lou Peterson in the house. Salute to you, brother. Chicano Prophet, salute.
Chicano.
D-Style, salute to you. HCP. Chicano says, love the nickname and the swagger. He's talking about UQ, not me. And we have a great question here from the Grind Boxing Academy. How much did his U.S. team experience pay off in the pro career thus far?
It hasn't paid off yet because I haven't had that style of opponent. You see what I'm saying? It's there, like my lateral movement, some of my punch selection, when I use in my profile, I use on the USA team, but the experience of knowing how to fight a European fight, Eastern European fighter, somebody from Kazakhstan or Great Britain or Cuba, it hasn't paid off yet because I haven't fought nobody like that yet. So when I do fight somebody like that, I haven't forgotten nothing I learned on the USA team. When I need to use it, I know how to use it. When I'm sparring people from other countries, I know what to do. I know how to use it because I know how they spot. I'm not fighting, so I use some of their own tricks on them, and I incorporate what works. If it works, I'm gonna use it. If it don't work, I'm not gonna use it.
No, absolutely. I know one thing where you fought on the undercard for Lomachenko Teofimo. You fought John Carlos, and what stood out to me that I really appreciated was your level of distance. Like you always had the perfect distance. And for those that are listening, Quinton's 6 foot, so he's a big 147 pounder. Even though in the next fight we be fighting on January 22nd, you're gonna be fighting at 150, right?
Yeah. But that fight's at 150 just because I haven't had a fight in 9 months. So we don't want to just drop to 147 then. But I'm only 10 pounds away now. I'm 2 weeks out and I'm at 160 right now. So my weight is good. I've never had a weight issue. But we just gonna play it smooth because it's a 6-rounder.
Very disciplined.
Yeah, that's
and so but the fight in the John Carlos Rivera, man, that was my worst performance as a pro.
Is that right?
I gave myself a B- in that fight.
I was going to ask you, is that the biggest
layoff.
opponent or the toughest fighter? I mean, we did see that, and of course, shout out to my boy John Carlos, Puerto Rico, living in Orlando. Was that you feel like it was more of your performance? It wasn't anything of John Carlos' style that was able to at least kind of stop you?
No.
Yeah, I mean, how is that a D and he didn't win a round? So
right.
No, I don't think it was his style. I've sparred people like him all the time. I fought people like him. I've been fighting people like him, come forward, head down, throwing wild shots, I fought people like him. That's why I just kept going to the body with the right uppercut, just to slow him down a little bit. I knew what to do. But I was coming off COVID. I had a year layoff, so my chest was burning like hell in the fight.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like the way I performed. My feet was getting tangled. I was on the ropes too much. I didn't like the way I performed at all. If I fought him now, I have no doubt in my mind I would stop him.
Okay.
So, wow. But I take nothing from him. He was a tough opponent, but I'm like I said, I'm a harsh critic on myself. Like,
clearly,
I've been in the ring with Southpaw that a million times better than him. But it was just he got the worst version of Q that anybody else got. My toughest opponent was Clay Collard.
Right, I was going to ask you that. So you gave yourself a B for Giancarlo. What do you give yourself for Clay Collard? Because you even knocked him down in that fight.
Man, Clay had me tired as hell, boy. I dropped him in the 4th, but it was a flash knockdown. Like it wasn't nothing serious, but it was at the end of the 4th round. Thank God. If it had been a 6th round, I probably would have been in trouble. Just to be honest, I'd have had to get on my toes and box because I was exhausted. Because at this time I was selling tickets,
right,
just to make some money. And I'm selling tickets leading up to the fight. I didn't know how exhausting that could be. You trying to hustle tickets, trying to make some money. You driving this place, you on your feet. I'm on my feet, literally at my own fight, trying to sell tickets,
grinding,
trying to peddle shirts, grinding so I can make some money. And so I didn't know the effect that it'll wear me out like that. So I mean, I won every round. I probably lost one round in that fight, but I was still tired as hell. And so, but no, most definitely, Clay Collard was my toughest fight by far. It ain't nobody that came close to him.
Okay, wow, and that's saying something. So like actual pro fight, not within sparring, because you sparred like some top level elite fighters. But as far as like professional fight, Clay Collard hands down was your toughest fight.
Yeah, hands down was my toughest fight. Yeah, nobody else even came close. And then Clay was easy to. It's that Clay was easy to hit. Don't get me wrong, but UFC fighters hydrate up a little different than when that motherfucker was big in the ring. Like we weighed in at 149, 150, but he must have blew up probably like 25, 30 pounds. And I only
180. Like he's almost a cruiserweight.
I'm looking at him. I'm hitting the mitts. I say, damn, that's the dude we fighting. Derek was like, yeah, damn, that motherfucker big. He was like, yeah. I was like, shit.
All right.
And so I just had to play it smooth, but it's a good fight.
No, definitely. So, talking about as far as things that you want to accomplish and you want to fight 8 times, I have to. I'd be miffed if I didn't go ahead and mention this because I know that you said I've seen where you said you're a prankster. You like to have fun in the gym, but for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe because you beat your stablemate, Blair Cobb gets under your skin. Why do you want to fight Blair Cobb so But did he say something about the H? I mean, if he did, I'll get him too. But what is your issue with Blair Cobb?
No, I don't have a personal problem with Blair Cobbs. I just think he's a good name to put on my resume. And besides the fact that he beat one of my stablemates fought at 140. He went up to 47 to fight Blair. I'm a full-fledged 147 fighter. And I think Blair Cobb's a smoke, bro. Like I don't see nothing impressive at all. I never have. I've seen some of the opponents that he's fought. I've seen some of the guys who put him on his ass. They just weren't able to finish him. I'm nothing like them guys. But I respect him as a fighter. I respect him as a man. I just don't think nothing of him. I just don't think nothing highly of him. I do have a personal problem against him? No. All that who and hollering he does, that don't bother me at all. But I'm gonna beat his ass when I get him.
Hey man, that's what we like to hear, man. Definitely. So speaking of beating ass on January 22nd, because that's another thing. You're a free agent now, so that's going to help you. And I think for me personally, I would like your perspective. Is that going to make it easier to get these fights, or what's your thoughts? Because you're actually with Next Up. They're helping you. So your promoter is Next Up, correct? But you're going to be fighting on the Calista Shield card?
Yeah, it'll be easy, man. We already got fights scheduled throughout the year, man. Like, I like dealing with Peter Khan, but Peter Khan wasn't giving me the fights as frequently as I needed to. Because of my age, bro, I can't wait around.
Right.
I can't fight one time a year. I can't fight twice a year. Like what you're doing is the cards that you put me on are some great cards, but they're coming only once a year. Like I can't fucking live off that. I can't do none of that. I won't get to my destination or where I want to get to my height in this career at that pace. You would never see me at my prime. You would never see me peak if I'm fighting every 9 months or once a year. You would never, if you see me fight frequently, you're going to see my whole skill arsenal come out. Everything's going to be on point. The more I fight, the better I get. But if you stalling me out, that with the John Carlos fight, I haven't fought in a whole year.
Yeah.
I just came off COVID. And so I was like, man, everything was off. Like my timing was off. In sparring, I was good. But when it was time to fight, damn, I just feel off. Maybe cutting that weight down to 47 made a difference. But yeah, being off like that, no, I don't like being off like that.
Wow, clearly. And yeah, Peter Khan is definitely the man. So I know that he definitely has those great connections, but you're right, man. You got to stay active. It's going to help you get to the next level, stay sharp, keep you to where you're doing what you need to do. And absolutely. So that's awesome. So
yeah, Pete was a man. Don't get me wrong, bro. I have nothing bad to say about Pete. He just, man, I got tired of begging for fights. Like, bro, what are we doing? Like, I can't wait, bro. Like, I can't wait. I got bills. I got but then when I see his other fighters like Xander getting ready to fight, then it fought every 6 weeks on Top Ranks card, like, damn. And you got George Cambosa that just won the world title from Tia. I'm like, I understand you moving your other fighters, but hey, I'm still here too. Like, come on, like, ow. So I want to eat. I want to eat. There's no bad blood between us, but I gave him several opportunities. Like I gave him a heads up before we left. Like we gave him a heads up. Like, look, bro, if you can't do this, that, and the third, like I gotta move around. I said maybe we can do business with each other later in life. Maybe you can't move me the way you want me to move right now because I'm 8-0. I'll come back and talk to you when I'm 16-0 and see what you can do for me then. But right now you having a hard time giving me what you promised. And with that being said, I ain't waiting around no more.
No, definitely, man. It is a business. It's her business, and you're feeling ready to rock and roll. You're feeling froggy, ready to jump. You can't be sitting there waiting. And like you said, you got to put yourself first. You're the priority. So absolutely. And speaking of that priority, so for that card, that's going to be that Next Up fighting on the 22nd. How would people actually be able to watch you fight?
I have no idea about that. To be honest with you, that's a good question.
Okay, we'll definitely follow up with that and put it in the chat.
I don't know if it's a live stream they're going to be doing.
Right.
Okay,
I know my fight. I don't think my fight is going to be televised. I don't think it is. I know the one in February on the UFC Fight Pass is, but now
okay.
This next one is.
So February is already locked in for sure, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take care of this. I'm not.
So that's positive. I mean, you got almost
I'm just gonna take care of January.
back to back. That is awesome. That back to back. You already got that roadmap going, and your intent is to continue to fight, be at least 16-0 at the end of this year, and you starting the year off fighting Cation Hutchinson. What do you know about him, and what can you expect to see? Hopefully, we can see it, and all our fans can enjoy and continue to follow your career, because I think it's very inspiring for people. With kind of like your testimony, right? There's everything's hard in life, but nothing it's impossible. And I think you proved that and more. But what can we expect, Q, on the 22nd of January against Cation Hutchinson in Dearborn?
I don't like him personally. I'm gonna beat the brakes off his ass.
Please tell more.
So with that being said,
do you know anything about him? Do you know him?
Like,
have you seen him?
I have
Or
every intention. I've never seen him in person. I watched one of his fights. We got into it on Facebook earlier last year. But I'm gonna beat the brakes off his ass.
So definitely he's catching up with you on a bad timing right now, because
And
your
so, like,
mindset is to,
the
I want to
disrespectful things he
destroy.
was saying- Yeah, I'm going to destroy. Like, my whole mindset is like seek and destroy. Like, some of the things he said to me, like, it make me want to do more to him than just that. But I'm gonna keep it professional. So yeah, I got it.
Wow. Man, I would hate for you to say that about me. So good luck to him. Actually, not good luck to him. Good luck to you. Thanks so much for joining us, champion. Man, this has been awesome. Love the passion, love the fire. And the thing about it is, we're going to go ahead and keeping people up to date on you. We're going to find out how they can watch the fight if it is possible. Let them know about what you're doing. And how can people follow you on social media so they can know about you fighting every 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks?
You go on my Instagram at QuickDraw _P4P. Again, that's QuickDraw _P4P.
All right.
Y'all know it. Before you go, I want to ask something. And sorry that my boy Hopper it's not here, but I really wanted to ask something. I'm not a big fan of it, but I heard you're a huge fan. You're a huge fan of Dragon Ball. What character do you feel like you mirror yourself to?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Which one?
Goku.
Oh, the Goku. Son Goku.
Man.
You feel you got the same personality. You feel
He's going right now. Look at him.
All I want to do is train and fight, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Train, fight. That's all I want to do. When I'm in camp, I watch anime. I watch some of the best fighting scenes. That just motivate me to train hard. Like, all I do is watch anime when I'm in camp. But Dragon Ball Z has always been my all-time favorite. At the top of my list.
Is that right? I've never watched an episode or anything. I mean, I know some of the characters, but I've never ever seen that. But our boy Hopper is, he's also a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, and that's great that you can, actually connect somehow to some of these shows and characters. Which, by the way, it's very popular for the kids. But we'll always have that kid inside. Q, we wish you the best. I appreciate you being on the show today. Continue to ground. Hopefully, we can see each other. Interview yourself in a future fight, and we'll keep an eye on you, and we wish you the best, and we'll hopefully that you can accomplish that 16-0 by the end of 2022.
Yeah, champ. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks for everybody tuning in.
Thank you for having me.
Much love, and we'll be keeping in touch, man. Let you guys know what Q's doing, man. He's doing big things, and if you don't know, now you know. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace.
Indeed.
We out.